brakes and all that should be
Oh my
hidden,
god,
boy.
man, them
And
break.
I be running through some. Oh, I be running through the brake, boy.
Bobby run through the brakes and the tire. And the
What?
brakes, shit,
Me
the
too.
brakes just for the front 3 racks with that with rotors,
Oh, you
rotors
ain't
and the
got to change
brakes.
the rotors every time.
Nah,
They gonna tell you Porsche gonna tell you to change the rotors every time. You ain't got to change the rotors every time. I wouldn't even go to Porsche. I'll order the pads online and then go to somebody that specializes in foreigns and pay them to do it. Like them tuning shops, the shops that do the tuning for Porsches and Lambs and
mm-hmm.
Benz AMGs. Go to one of those spots that do the tuning. The ones that be souping them up, they know how to do everything. Yeah, go there
Oh,
where they tune the foreigns. That's where you go get the
I
work
got a
done.
damn. I got a place, man. I got a place. They do the minor stuff to it, and it be reasonable. Like the oil change, when I go to the dealer, it's like I think 350 or 400. When I go to this place, I got this other place like 197. So I'm
Yeah,
glad I found out about that because they were busting my head at first. I kept
man,
going to Porsche 400, 400. I'm like, damn.
they man, they busting you up, man, and they
Hey,
busting you up. So what I do, I go to the dealership and have them to give me a quote and give me a list of everything that needs to be done. Then I go
yep.
online, find all of the OME parts.
OEA, yeah, OE,
And then I go to
OEM, I think.
see they got DME out here. The nigga that do the tuning for the Benzes and the Lambs and stuff. We got the main homie out here, DME. You might want to look
Mm.
at them. They be tuning them AMGs and Lambs. They don't mess with Ferraris because Ferraris, once you tune them, you'll blow the motor. So like the
Whoa.
Mazzi, yeah. So the Mazzi Ferraris, they don't do no tuning on them because they blow the motor. They
Whoa.
Ferrari motors already amped up. Yeah, so they
Yeah.
like so the tuning companies they don't really like fooling with Ferraris, you know what I'm saying, at all. You know what I'm saying? But Lambs, Audis, Porsches, AMGs, get your breathing, get your ass in all them right there, they tune them up. Man, you hear she just look
What's wrong with her?
at just look at that. She be sleep doing the same thing, man.
She
You
real
know,
big.
nah, man. Come here, Squishy. Nah, Squishy ain't big, man. This dog, goddamn
How old
two.
is she, Luke?
She turned two. She turned two in
Oh
June.
wow.
I mean July. Man, this dog little. She
What
she
kind of
about the
dog is
size
that?
a bully. She about the size of my Frenchie.
Oh
She
shit,
look
look
like a
real
Frenchie. Her
big.
heel stick straight up.
Do they
Ain't that
shed
right?
hair and stuff?
Huh?
Do they shed a lot of hair?
Yeah. See, she got the mural spots. She came from off Honey before I gave Honey away.
Oh.
Yeah, but she's short and compact. I can hold up with one hand. Go back in there. Show big old head. Go back in there. She just sit here, look at me. Her face squished in. That's why I call her Squishy.
Wish.
Yeah. So her name's Squishy Face.
Welcome to Farm Fridays, y'all. What's up, baby? You in that farm? You know what to do. Hit
Hit
that
that
horn,
home.
baby.
We
You
have
got
we
my
have we having foreign issues right now, man. Oh my goodness, we have foreign issues. Boy, they try to hit us over the head for tires, brakes, uh, maintenance.
everything. Tune
Man,
up.
hey boy, one key was like six, six or six in between 600 and 700 for one key.
For a key to your car.
Yeah, because it's a different type of key.
Yeah, it got that little memory sensor and stuff in it.
Yeah,
Golly, man.
the
One
key,
thing about them
the actual
phones,
the
y'all.
actual pattern is on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, them Mercedes keys like that too.
Yeah, man. So yeah, the other Maserati I had that thing had a different type of key. They was cheaper, and when I had the Airbnb house I was doing a short-term rental with. The guy gave me a key and a spare key. But shoot, with that flagship joint, they ain't tripping about that. Like that got to come from yonder, way yonder. Say you want another key? Okay.
Man, that's great, man.
Go get that. Go give me that 600-700. Then I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, they don't be playing.
Man.
So yeah, it's a tuning company called DME. You know what I'm saying? And I shoot it to you. They be on IG tough, but man, they be making the exotic cars faster and louder. You know what I'm saying?
I need to keep mine up a little more.
Yeah, faster,
louder. Baby up.
You got your front windshield tinted?
It just look like that because I got limo all the way around.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that 5 all the way around.
So it looked dark. People
what that weather
little boy. I don't know what them little boys. I was just up there at the park with my daughter. 2 little boys walking up to my car. I guess they couldn't see in how the thing was. They were walking up finna do something. Little bitty boy, like 5 or 6. Then I waved and they see me. They start running back.
Oh, you was in the car?
Yeah, they know I was in there. They had got real close up to the hood. Then I waved like this because I'm like, what the hell y'all doing? Hey.
They trying to see what it is.
Then they start running.
they trying to see what it is. Man, the crazy thing about the one I got now, man, people really don't know what that mug is until they ask, you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't got badges on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just got the Pininfarina, the guy that built the Ferraris. He built that one. He was the designer of that one because it got the same motor and stuff.
Right.
It ain't got all them badges letting you know what kind it is, you know what I'm saying? But it got the just the Mazda stamp and stuff. Yeah, man. That maintenance cost, and it's good to kind of learn how to do some of that stuff yourself. You know what I'm saying? That way you can understand how to mess with it just in case you need to, cause man, shoot.
I done my brakes. I done the brakes on mine.
On the Porsche?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. How
I
long
grew up, man, working on. I grew up, so I used to have a lot of old school. So shit, I used to fix on a lot of them myself growing up.
Yeah, I seen a picture you had a Caprice or was that an Impala? Caprice Classic. Yeah. What you had 350 up in that joint?
Yep, the 350 had the headers on that thing with the duals on that dual exhaust. Sitting on those 17 nines. That was the biggest one back in 1997. Like 17. First it was 15 when we used to ride like in 95, 96. It was 15s were the biggest one. Then I think 97 they came out with the 17s. Then 99, 2000 they came with them 20s. That's all Murray, man.
It was 19. It was 19s first. They hit with the 19s because they had them blades, them Brabus.
Then they hit them with the 20. Now they done went haywire with it. You get some 30s and 34, but they sit up to the sky.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I would have got that big like on the car back in the day when I was fixing them up. I probably did.
I don't like the way it looked, man. It take away from the look. It's a guy.
Yeah, it make it look weird a little bit.
Yeah, man. It's a guy out there in GA, man. I think he in Atlanta. That boy got a cut dog, 442 cut dog, like the 80-something model, all black. I know you probably done seen him on IG or YouTube, man. That boy be handling that thing, man.
What?
Yeah, not the big one with the drop. I'm talking about the one that kind of looked just like the Monte Carlo. Some of them came with the T-top.
Yeah.
Like 80-something model. Kind of look like the Grand National. Yeah. Man.
I like the Grand Nationals too, man.
Yes, a boy got a black one. This boy got a black with the up. You boy sound got that cam, got some cam action on there. Up. That boy be spinning that thing, man.
Wow.
Yeah. I say, man, that boy cold with it. What's up, Latoya? What's happening? What's happening? Yo, we over here having foreign issues, you know. Hey, we have foreign issues, man. They don't wanna let us chill in them. You know what I'm saying? They like sit down, do your live in the house.
Hey, one thing about them phones, y'all, you better, hey, you gotta have that check right, baby.
Oh
It ain't
my
like you
goodness.
got a regular car. You can go get your little $40 oil change, $50 oil change. Shh. Well, you go to the dealer, it's gonna be about 400-500.
The all filter by itself is like 100 or something, close to $200.
Yeah.
Yeah, I buy all that first. I buy all that first.
Then you
Yeah,
take it to
man.
your person to clean it up.
Yep. Take you up. Go to the DME. The DME people. The DME people. They also they it's a dealership right in front. So it used to be 713. I don't know if you heard of 713, but that's the guys they be hooking up all the rappers and stuff, cars and stuff. But they moved from right there. Now it's like an exotic car dealership, and DME tuning is in the back. That's why they be tuning up all the cars, be making them fast. They don't be playing. Squish it, go up there. So hey, quick question. So do you think we should talk about when we do these houses subject to, then we eventually sell them, and them checks come when you have to when the final payoff is paid off, and they send that check for the excess funds and all that,
Yeah,
man.
that
You think
overage.
we should talk about that or nah?
Yeah, let's hit on that a little bit. Then we'll talk about some motivated selling, and then I'm gonna talk to y'all about 3 day challenge I got coming up. 3 day challenge.
Oh yeah,
3 day challenge. Make 10 grand within 60 days. You can't make 10 grand within 60 days. I don't know what to tell you. You,
yeah,
you ain't got it. You ain't got it in you. You ain't got the you ain't got
yeah,
the wherewithal in you. 10
yeah,
bands in 60 days challenge coming up, y'all.
yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Uh, so this is probably my so depending on how you structure a deal after you sell a property. So after you sell a property, there's what you call excess funds. Once you sell a property that has a mortgage on it, typically it go directly to the property owner. But if you have taken over the property subject to the existing mortgage and you followed the steps by sending the correspondence letter to the mortgage company, and if you are actually sending the release of information and all of the paperwork associated with doing subject to deals, that has to go to the mortgage company, your power of attorney, that's saying that anything associated with the property, the sale of the property, you are actually the one that is in control. Okay, once you sell that property, okay, there will be disbursements that goes out afterwards. Okay, and you may get one check or you may get two checks. It's dependent on the mortgage company and also the payoff, how the payoff was structured. So one, I haven't done a ton of these deals, but I've done enough to know uh, more than one scenario how it works. So just say for instance, last year I had a property subject to the existing mortgage where it was actually deeded over to me. Now, it's different type of ways that you can do subject tos, okay? Now, you have subject to the existing mortgage, or you can do subject to and something totally different. So it's subject to is subject to and whatever you put in your agreement subject to, okay? Now,
Yep.
subject to the existing mortgage is something that, man, I'm glad for the motivation, man. I'm glad for the peekaboo, man. I needed to see that, man. You looked at a little puzzle like it wasn't all there, but hopefully it's all there.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
talking
oh,
to
you
you.
see.
Hopefully it's all there. You looked at
I was
that
like,
shit.
hold the fuck
Hold
up.
up. But I'm glad I needed that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I needed that, man. Cause man, that's inspiration to me, man. Ain't nothing like having a handful of blue cheese. You know what I'm saying? Please fan yourself out, cause I know it is hot
It was
out
very
there.
hot.
Man, you need a little help. Man, I appreciate the little peekaboo of that. I'm hoping it's all there. But man was looking at that like, man, hold up, man. But he thumbed through it real quick, so hopefully it's all there. But back
Oh,
to
yeah.
the other money, you know what I'm saying? That comes in the check. You know what I'm saying? So last year, working with the homeowner assistance fund program and dealing with this particular property where the lady deeded the property over to me, I actually had to deed the property back to her. Now, in order to work with the homeowner assistance fund program, even though I put it in the trust. Now, the thing is, what happened after I sold the property, so the thing was, before, let me back up. Before I sold the property, okay, I deeded the property back over to the trust that I was the beneficiary. I mean, that I was the trustee for. Now, the LLC was actually the beneficiary. But when I did the paperwork with the mortgage company, I did not transfer all of the correspondence to where that I was the care of that individual. Okay. Now, the reason why I did not do that was because I eventually had to return the deed back over to the property owner. So I did not take the time out to go through that entire process again with the mortgage company once we brought it current because it was behind. So this was a pre-foreclosure that I was dealing with, you all. And if you all do not know that story, go on my YouTube channel. I actually talked about how I went through that entire process, going through doing the eviction on the nephew and everything. But
Oh yeah, I forgot you had a Vic buddy.
yeah. So he actually had a subject to deal, but did not know how to, execute on that deal. So, like I said, the property was behind. So the main thing was actually bringing the property current, and I was able to do that utilizing the Texas Homeowner Assistance Fund program, which is no longer available across the 50 states. As of
Dang.
January of this year, they actually shut that down. So this was a
Dang.
post-COVID. This was a post-COVID program that was helping a lot of property owners bringing their property current. The crazy thing is most mortgage companies were not telling property owners about the program because of the increase of instant equity due to all of the migration from New York, from California into these southern states, which in return raised up the property values alongside that, the property taxes, which is a whole nother subject because there has been a lot of difficulty in my market in particular with these deals because property owners are sticking to what they're paying taxes on and the market is not reflecting that. But that's a whole nother story. We're talking about when I actually sold the property. Now, I had an agreement with the property owner to take over the property subject to him. When I sold the property, I was going to give her $8,000. She was cool with it, even though she was behind. Now, she worked with me so well and did not give me any pushback to where that it was so awesome for me to be able to add that value to her because she was an older lady. She did need it, even though she had got the forbearances and she was receiving the payments from the nephew and really wasn't, paying it to the mortgage company.
Randolph.
Uh yeah,
Why she
yes,
wasn't paying?
yes and no. So she went through the forbearances, and after the forbearances, she started paying, right? But before then, she was basically pocketing all of the chips. But once the forbearances was up, she started paying what the nephew was giving her, but it meant nothing to the mortgage company because they wanted all of their chips due to the couple of forbearances that she had. So everybody that was getting the forbearances during the COVID situation, you were allowed to get 2 forbearance periods. For the most part, this is what I've encountered with multiple subject to properties. They were able to get 2 forbearance periods. And like I said, depending on the mortgage company, I believe it was like 6 months a piece, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a little more. So you have to do your homework on that. I don't even know if they're still doing forbearances anymore, but um, she was
Yeah, they
paying
are.
it, and they stopped accepting payments. Okay, now the thing is, when you're paying the mortgage on a property, you are paying the balance down, and then of course there are excess escrow fees, and there are excess escrow fees that are put to the side the entire time while you're paying your property down. So once you're actually paying off your property paid in full altogether, at the end of that, and I don't know how it goes if you pay a property all the way out 30 years or 15 years or however long the mortgage is. I don't know. But I do know if you pay the property off ahead of time, you do get or receive excess funds as a check paid to you as a check at the end.
Yep.
So when we closed on the property, okay, this was a nice spread. This was about a $43,000 spread. Well, it was a little more than that because the realtor, we paid the realtor 1.5%, plus a couple thousand, about, not a couple thousand, about 1,000 or so more than we paid the buyer's agent 2.5%. Okay, so that we brought in 43,000 plus the agent fees as well. So that's just to give y'all a little bit about how large the spread was. Now the lady owed 167 on the property. We sold the property for 225, 224.5 or 225.5. I can't remember. It's one of those numbers. But once the payment was paid off, the actual mortgage company sent another check, which came out to about $4,000. So when we closed on the property, I was able to make sure that I gave the homeowner, or the previous homeowner, which I call her auntie now, I gave her $4,000 up front out of the 43,000, and then once the check came, I gave her that check. Now, if you really go through the entire process with the mortgage company and you forward over all of the correspondence information to be changed and things like that, the release of the authorization to release information, the correspondence change letter to where that all of the mail is directed to you, and you actually have the property owner on the phone that let them know, hey, this person is in charge of this account, plus you send over the power of attorney, they then will add you onto the information that comes to you as correspondence as care of, which they would have a C/O. Now, you're not going on the mortgage note itself, but you are going to be on all the correspondence, including checks as care of. So,
Right.
uh,
So make sure y'all get that escrow letter in.
yeah,
Because if
yeah,
you don't, you wouldn't be getting that. Like how Loopy got that check back, you wouldn't be getting that check back. It'll go to the homeowner. After you done had this property subject to for 5, 10 years, then they get blessed another check, which is supposed to be yours.
correct,
Better change
correct.
that up, guys. If you got our course, it's the escrow letter. Send that escrow letter in as soon as as hey, ASAP.
Yeah,
So you'll
so
get that,
so
you get your
you
money.
said you sending that all that information in when you take over the property subject to. You sending that with the release of information, the power of attorney, you sending that in with everything, you know. So you basically want to have your subject to package together. That way, you like everything is pretty much streamlined and step by step. And that way, when you are starting to receive the correspondence, if you do not see your name and care of with your name on it, you will need to get with the mortgage company to make sure that you are on that. Because when, say for instance, you sell the property and that check come and you're not on it, it's gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? Because you're definitely gonna need the property owner, even if you are on the check as care of, you still will need the property owner's signature. So I'm dealing with a situation right now where two checks came in. One I actually sent to the previous owner, and then there's another check which was the excess. I can tell y'all what it is. The escrow overages.
Yep.
Okay. So the
And most of the time, you're gonna get one of them, y'all. So if you don't switch that over on your subject too, you're gonna miss that money. And the
right.
seller is not gonna call you and say, "Hey, I just got a check for 5,000. You want this? This yours?" Hell no.
Nope, nope, they not,
I
because
never
it has their name on
I
it.
slipped like that, man, at first when I first started, man. And them sellers got them checks back. I'm like, wow.
Oh, for real?
Heck yeah, man.
So you wasn't changing the correspondence to come to you?
Nope, I ain't changed it. Like the first two, I didn't change over, and I was taught to change it over. But I ain't do it. Why I had to learn the hard way. Well, this is one of them sellers called me back. They got 6 grand back. Said, "Hey man, I
Ooh.
got a check for 6,000. Man, thank you." I said, "For what?" I'm like,
Oh,
"What?" I
so
said, "What you get a check for?" I'm like, "This. What the hell happened?"
you're supposed to be like, oh, my apologies. Hey, that's mine. Yo, I can give you a cut for that, but you need to you need to endorse that this way. So
Endorse that, send it on right on in.
so
That's what
the
I should
thing,
have told them, man.
yeah, but you ain't know no better, right?
I
So
slipped, man. Boy.
what I'm dealing with right now is a check, and I really, yeah, I would show it to y'all, but I can't because it has loan number information and stuff on it. But it's a check for a few of them binges, and I've been getting red tape put up with actually being able to cash it, even though uh, the
Your name on it.
property owner and my name on it, and the property owner has endorsed it, meaning that we have a wet signature with the property owner name on it as endorsing it to me, which I am the care of that person, and it's almost somewhat like you're a beneficiary, you know what I'm saying? But what I've been noticing is that the banks are like, hey, he needs to be here with you, and I'm like, dude, the dude endorsed it. So I hit brother Eddie up and was like, hey man, have you ever went through this? And he was like, hell yeah, man, and kind of been giving me some information on how this can take place. And for those that are dealing with property owners that have moved out of state, this could be a situation, right? Because this is the scenario that I'm dealing with. The property owner, the previous property owner moved here. They got a brand new house built in 2018. Pandemic hit. I got it in 2020. They moved back out of town. Uh, 4 years later, I sell the property because the tenants moved out. Like poof, they just moved out on me, and now it's like you have to, jump through hoops to get this check cashed, and receive the funds. Right now, the escrow overages come from the work that you put in by making sure that the mortgage is paid every month, and you're steady paying that balance down, right? On top of that, you're paying off the property early. Okay. So you're paying off the property early and you're paying the balance down, which is what your agreement is with the property owner, that's your compensation. That's your compensation. Now, the next thing, the reason why this really is like, because I actually only made $500 selling this property, subject to selling this
And
subject to property. So I only made $500.
what you
So
was projected to make before before all the extra fees and stuff? What you thought you was gonna walk away with that one from?
so the house had some equity in it. At the same time, it was at the height and started dropping back down. So it was tough, man. So this was a 15-year mortgage, adjustable rate. Oh my goodness, adjustable
Oh
rate.
man,
Yeah, 15, and it
dang,
sucks
they been
because if it
yeah,
would have
they
been
are getting
fixed,
them.
if it would have been fixed, it would have been dope. You know what I'm saying? But it was an adjustable rate, 15-year mortgage. And man, the crazy thing was I was expecting to get about a good, you know, I want to get about a good 20 to 30. But what I did was I put it on the MLS because, like I told you, I had just came back from Colombia. I just came back from Colombia. the the tenants, they upped and moved out. They was always late, but they always paid me extra, so it wasn't nothing new. So come day 8, I'm like, hey, what's up? Shit, y'all forgot about me? Oh, I forgot to tell you we moved. How you forgot to tell me you
I
moved?
forgot to tell you we moved. Come here.
They moved out of state. They moved out of state, left the house in very good condition, but it needed, paint work and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to rinse and repeat the process. Um, Alongside that, HOA fees. These people had built a patio on the back of the brand new house in a brand new neighborhood with HOA. So HOA fees was like 3,000 and something. Next thing you know,
Man.
the buyer came in, and I had the property on the MLS, and I was marketing the property off market too, but I put it on the MLS. I had a buyer to bite. I didn't want to waste time because I didn't want to pay the monthly note. I didn't want to pay it. So I say, you know what? Let's go ahead and sell it. So I'm thinking I'm going to bring in about 5 to 10, somewhere around there. Man, I get to the closing table, man. She's like, that it's like close to 4,000 in HOA fees and stuff. Huh? I say, oh my goodness. She say, yeah, and it's looking
I don't like
like
them type of surprises.
and then I had to pay realtor fees. You know what I'm saying? So I paid my boy 1.5%, then paid 2.5% to the other what's the name.
So
So it
that
was like
4%.
yeah, 4% all together, plus the closing costs. Cause homie, I'm thinking that he did the agreement the exact same way as the other property, which he didn't. So we split in closing costs and all type of weird stuff. All of this was my fault. So this was a learning lesson by assuming that my guy was gonna be on point, like how we did the last, but no.
Man.
He's thinking like a realtor instead of thinking like an investor. You know what I'm saying? So neither here nor there, man. I signed the agreement, so I had to honor that agreement. And so I couldn't back out of it because I remember David Lecco from Deal Machine. Shout out to Deal Machine. Shout out to my boy David Lecco at Deal Machine, man. If y'all ain't got Deal Machine, y'all need to get Deal Machine ASAP. So my boy David Lecco, man, he sued somebody for backing out on the contract and got a free 50 bands. I say, ooh, yeah, I ain't going through that. So I went on ahead and honored the deal, man, and it was a learning lesson. It was like a few grand. It was like a good 10-piece learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? Probably a little more. A good 10,000 learning lesson. So I ended up only making $500 at close. She like, yeah, your check ain't gonna be number 500. I said, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So, for the most part, the property, we had the property from 2000, from July 2020. We got an upfront payment in July, and we had a monthly note. Got like $500 worth of cash flow every month for like close to 4 years, 3.5 plus years. So I didn't do too bad, and that was like my second subject to my second subject to deal. And this just came from just figuring it out, and having a good mentor, and shoot, just making it do what it do. So that was a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look at it as a loss. I looked at it as a lesson. All your L's have to be lessons. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You lose when you lose a family member. You lose when you lose your life. You know what I'm saying? But
Shit, you lose when you don't get started either.
yeah, you lose when you
You
don't
keep
get
putting stuff
started.
out. I'm gonna start
Yeah,
next year. I'm gonna
but
start next month. Man, life go by so fast, man. Before you know it, the whole year shot by. You like, damn, what happened?
yeah, man. But everything else is just a lesson. So this was a lesson, and then on top of that, I got a couple another $1,000 lessons sitting right here in front of me right now, because this is a check that's just been sitting right here looking at me for quite some time, and the property owner is way out the way, and he's in another state, and I don't think it'll be smart for me to be like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna see you the check and just cash it and send it back. Go ahead and cash it, because they ain't letting me do it because you can sign it, dude." So, yeah, I have to learn this lesson and figure out how I can receive these funds, the legal way. Make sure that I'm able to proceed with completing this process. So yeah, it's been a while trying to get in touch with the property owner to get him to sign it. Now that it is signed, I'm back trying to get everything situated and deposited and stuff. So it's like big
And,
list.
and keep in mind when you get that escrow letter, that escrow check is gonna have you and the seller name in it on it.
Yep.
You and the seller name on it. But if you got power of attorney and all that stuff, you just sign it and endorse it and put it on in the bank. It's easy if you just deposit it. Like now they got the little check you can scan, but from experience, you try to go into the bank and cash it, they're not gonna cash it. You
And
usually gotta deposit those into your. It's good if you got a business account too, because you can deposit in that business account.
yeah, and see the thing is, with me being with me being the beneficiary, because I didn't actually put this property in the trust. This was before I was using the trust. I used the LLC. So when I sent the correspondence letter and the not only the correspondence, but the correspondence change letter and the release of information, I didn't do it in my business name. I did it with my personal name. So when I call them, hey, this is me. So I think that's another thing as well, because the company name is not on there, and that also shows me my relationship that I have with Chase. Is making me reconsider my relationship with probably that not only that branch, but that actual banking institution. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's a lot of money that then came from me to that institution. It may not be as much as the richest men in the world or whatever, but
It
my
still count, baby.
yeah, I've been putting points on the board, and for me to have to go through all these hoops with something that has my name on it, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? But it has the property on the name on it, it has the address, and then care of, and then my name. So they're looking at things a lot different than what I expected. So this was definitely a learning lesson, and that's what I'll be doing now. Just following what Mr. Transaction Engineer was saying to you all just now, is depositing it, because me, I go in the bank because I'm thinking that I have a relationship with the bankers and the bank tellers. They see me coming in and out the bank taking care of business, and I have business accounts, and majority of the time I'm coming in there doing stuff with my business account versus my personal account. But it just let me know, I'm just another person that's coming in. There's nothing special about me over there. So that's something good. That's a learning lesson in its own.
That's what's so important about them little small banks too. I love them little small banks. And shout out to Gerald, one of our students up there in Missouri. Man, I knew about the small bank, but he really let me hit me up on game because he been dealing with these small banks like local banks for like 7 8 years, and man, they give him all kind of money to do renovations, new constructions. He killing it with the new construction. He was doing a lot of renovations, but now he like, Eddie, man, they just put the money on me, man. That's why I'm doing these houses now. So he building a lot of new construction houses from the ground up, man. Shout out to Jared, baby. Keep growing and going, boy.
Yeah,
He
shout
killing
out,
them,
shout
man.
out.
Killing them. But them small banks, they really pay attention to you guys and show you love. Them big banks, they got so many damn clients. They like, man, get the hell on, man. We don't care. They don't care, man. They make so much money. Chase Bank of America, Wells Fargo. Man, they like some of the worst ones. But the only thing I like about the big bank, the convenience, like you can go to the ATM anywhere and all that stuff. But other than that, man, they be tripping, man. They don't
Mm,
care unless you dropping about 100 million bands on them. Then they'll listen to you at least 10 M's or something.
yeah.
But they relationship sucks. Let me
And
see. We gotta
then you
go
put
ahead.
all that then you put all that money in the bank, man. Like you can't even go just, hey man, give me all my
Get
money. Like,
no.
they be want to give you bits and pieces, and day here, day there, come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow. Like they don't need, like if you hit for a 50 piece, you say, hey man,
Oh
give me my whole 50, man. I want to put my
nope.
stuff in the shoebox. They gonna give
Your
you about a
own
good
fucking
10 to
money
15
though.
or something like that. They gonna swear they don't got it back there. They got that big vault back there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
I hate
I'm
that,
really,
man.
reconsidering uh as I continue to, make progress and make, my strides and my steps count in real estate, building more relationships with more credit unions and smaller local banks versus the big guys. I don't know how good they are to me right now. I'm thankful and grateful for the relationships that I do have, but just knowing how I was treated with this particular scenario, it has me questioning a lot of stuff. Like I said, just being able to go in the bank and deposit a fat whammer, and you be like, "Hey man, I want this right here in all blues," and they like, we're gonna be able to give you all of that. We can give you about 10, maybe 12. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what's going on with that. TC say, what? Hey, what's up, fam? What marketing is working the best for y'all right now? Um, right now, man, right now I'm ramping it up with the cold calling. Just getting a feel of what's going on with the cold calling. We are still doing text messages and ringless voicemails. Um, I think the ringless voicemails, it gets a lot of people calling back whether they're interested or not. I believe they just look at it and hit the call or the talk button, and then
Mm-hmm.
at least that gets them on the phone. Right now, when you're calling people, let's say for instance, if you're calling people, I would suggest people not to use a triple line dollar. If you use a triple line dollar, your number will be showing as spam quick, like real quick, and it has something to do with the carriers. So what I see that has been working is using a single line dollar and pounding it out, and it helps you keep your number for a longer period of time, and is not showing up as scam likely. If you're using those multi-line dollars or triple line dollars and stuff like that, your number is always showing up as spam likely. That's what's up with that. Now, another thing when you're making cold calls, something that you need to be aware of as well is that there is a lot of individuals out here that have what they do, they have call blockers on their phones. So, say for instance, if you're not programmed in their phone, you're not necessarily going to get through, and they may have you to say who you are on certain calls and certain yeah that like they'll be doing like that. Hey, can you what's your what is your state what you need, and we'll convey this message to the person who owns the phone. It says something like that. I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's something to that matter. And then some of them ask you for your name because you're not programmed in their phone as well. So that's another one as well. So it's like three or four different messages that I've came across over the past uh, month that I've been using this single line dollar. And it is actually on Deal Machine as well. You get free skip tracing. If you all want to get a free trial and get some credits to go along with your free trial, you can use the promo code LoopyG, and I'll be putting it in my description as well on here. That way you can actually click on it and get your free trial with Deal Machine. They skip tracing is 60%. You get a 66% hit rate, but the numbers are very accurate. And if you are in a state like Texas, like me, or you in a state and you do not speak a lot of Spanish, and you're not Vietnamese or Chinese or any of these other races, and you do not speak the language, you are able to filter out those individuals that do not speak your language for the most part as well. So that's something to consider. Like hands down, that has been an awesome game changer, and you're getting AI technology to help you sort out your calls and categorize your calls as well.
Right.
But yeah, brother Eddie, what you got to add? What you got to add on to that, man? Because I know we both got some things going on.
Um, that's it. Next week, guys, we'll get on to the marketing, more on the marketing, but the things that's you want to hit. TC said, "What's up with the marketing? What's working? What's always gonna work? Motivated sellers. You need somebody that don't want to sell but have to sell right now or tomorrow, such as pre-foreclosures, bankruptcies. I would say Chapter 7 bankruptcy. A lot of people don't know Chapter 7 bankruptcy that they can still do. It's even perfect for them to sell subject to because the property is not going to show in their credit report no more. They file bankruptcy and erase it out. So if it goes to foreclosure after you take it over subject to, it'll never show up on their credit. But I did have learned that they will not do a modification. So you got to bring that money and bring it current on the Chapter 7. They will not modify the loan. Because you already filed a 7 and wiped it out. So you gotta bring it current. I learned that. Trial and error.
Oh,
Let me see. So you got foreclosures, bankruptcies, divorce. A lot of people in the divorce wanna sell. You got
man,
probates.
it's so many divorces out here in Texas, man. But you have to go through all of the files, and I just have not figured that out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
The
might want to get a little VA to sift through it for you.
yeah,
Now, that's time consuming, but
yeah,
it'll be worth it, guy. Most
even
people
with
just
the
think about
probate.
most
The
people when they break up, they like, man, I don't want the house. I know my divorce. I just gave my ex-wife the house. I was like, here you go, man. I'm out. I got plenty of houses. And then, hey, let's say peace of mind better than anything. I said, you got a house, the car, the dog, everything.
straight up,
But I got the heck up out of there. Got my shit,
just took your clothes,
took my clothes, took my laptop, all my stuff to run my business. I packed that shit up first, got my clothes, and
man.
hey, my dad was like, son,
I've been hearing some crazy stories. Man, I've been talking to some people recently too, man, just calling the pre foreclosures, man, that been going through divorces and stuff like that. And a majority of the foreclosures that I've been reaching out to out here in my market, A lot of those foreclosures were because of HOAs, man.
Oh God.
That has been crazy. Like I haven't talked to a bunch of people that had pre foreclosures with the mortgage companies, but it has been bunch of them that had HOA that was pre foreclosed with HOA, and some type of way they're suing the
Man, that
HOA.
shit's a rip off, man. That's the biggest
Yeah,
scam ever created.
yeah.
Yeah, they need to, man. They is aggressive, man. Oh, I hate HOA. Only thing I love how they keep the neighborhood looking good, but other than that, man, they just are bullies, man. They freaking bullies, man. I had my share with them. I've been to court a couple times with them. Then I got one from HOA. They put a lawsuit on my company, but good thing it's a company that I don't really care too much about. I ain't did no business in it, but they sure put an $18,000 lien on my thing, and
So they can
then
put a
said they're
lien
gonna
on they can put a lien on your company.
on my company. So any money come in through any bank accounts, they get to take it.
Oh yeah, that company fried.
Oh
We
yeah,
don't
they
even we
hell no.
don't use that no more.
And see the thing about it too, this is the freaking property I had that crazy lady I had to evict who was in there for like 3 years not paying. And
Oh,
she
this the
all the
recent. This
freaking
the
fine,
recent.
yeah. And all the fines came from her ass, cause like you how that lady did, what you said, put that addition. Man, this lady put addition on the top and the bottom. Man, I get so many damn HOA fees, and they want to send. I don't know where they. I guess they was sending them to the house, cause I never got them. But man, I got a paper in the mail the other day. They talking about they gonna seize my bank account for $18,000, shit like that, man. So that's a lesson. Don't have them freaking houses in your name, man, and ain't a good company name, cause boy, they gonna get you. Now see, if I would have had it in that trust, well, I
Yeah,
had it
man.
in the trust. I switched it over to the trust, but still, for some reason they just went after the company. I guess they couldn't figure out the trust. They were like, well, maybe we can't get him with this trust. We don't know. Man, them damn bastards. But good thing it was a company I don't too much care about. But they
Yeah,
damn sure put that lien, bro.
that's the
They
good
damn
thing
sure
about.
put that lien 18,000. So anything coming that bank account for 18 racks, it's over, baby.
And that's a good thing about being able to start a new company, man. What we done seen, like they didn't say Trump and everybody that went bankrupt before, man. Man, you let that thing go, you start a whole nother company and get to it.
Oh yeah.
But but that's the good thing about
Look
being
at
able to utilize them trusts as well, because man, just being able to wholesale using trust documents, and wholesale on the MLS using trust documents, that has helped a ton dealing with realtors asking a lot of questions about the property owner, because when they buyer are putting in an offer, the realtor draft up a contract according to who's on title. So once you
right.
tell them that they have to correct it and put the trust on there or put your company on there, that typically raise flags
Red
to
flag. Yep.
the ML to the realtor, and they just really be nosy for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So you when you learn how to wholesale properties and trust, you know what I'm saying, and wholesale properties on the MLS utilizing the trust, which I have a course on the way showing you all how to do that, because I've been doing it for the past little over a year and a half now. Man, it's just been a dope opportunity to be able to have that trust in place and to be able to execute accordingly. You will have to get with your escrow agent or your real estate attorney, because there has been laws coming up here and there concerning being able to use trust documents. Period. With real property. So yeah, we had something going on. We had something going on out here in Texas last year, and they was giving me a lot of pushback. But being cool with my escrow agent and letting them know, hey, this is how this is structured. This is why it is structured like that, and passing that information to the underwriter. The underwriter was able to break all that stuff down, and everything was ran smooth and according to plan, and things have been closing and going across the finish line with no issues. I am late. Is wholesaling still good to jump into? Yeah, it's always going to be great to jump into. yeah, it's always going to be great to jump into, and it's better now than later. You get what I'm saying? Because that way you can be sharpening up your skill sets while they're constantly putting out different rules and regulations because of all these fake gurus that ain't doing the business no more, pumping all this scarcity stuff and all this extra BS out here because they're actually real estate agents. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, we got these real estate agents posing as investors, teaching you all wholesaling that ain't really in the game, but they are in the game, but they trying to corner every part of the market to make you have to fool with them and buy their courses so you can actually learn this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We giving you all the real game and how to use it, and we ain't going against the grain, we going with the grain. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to make sure you all is sharpening up your skill set right now, because each here and there you're starting to see more stuff coming up, depending on what state you're in and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of noise being made. August is here, okay, and there are some laws that are put in place concerning the MLS. So for those that are like me, your boy, that are wholesaling properties on the MLS, you're going to have to keep track of what's going on with these new laws concerning sellers not having to pay buyer fees. And if you want to get your deal sold quick, you know you're going to have to figure something out, because they're basically saying this is going to be against the law for sellers to pay the buyer fees. I don't know how true it is, but I'm reading the documents, I'm seeing what I can see, I'm hearing what I can hear. And for the realtors that are out there, man, it's gonna force the listing agents to either hustle, or it's going to force the buyers agents to just really be on board, because they're really the ones that's doing a lot of the hustling with the houses that are not brand new. So the realtors that are dealing with the new bills, man, they are definitely putting in work. You know what I'm saying? They're doing the open houses and things like that. But you do have the realtors that are messing with the lower end houses that may need work and stuff like that. And as long as that property is vacant, they put a lockbox on it. They're just sending the other agent with their buyer to the house. They're not necessarily going in and doing showings and stuff like that. Not even for the rehab house. They're putting the lock boxes on it and they're sending the people over there. So yeah, man, there are some rules to the games that has been changing, and make sure you all are ready to adapt, on a regular basis, because we're in a historical moment right now. It is election time, and I ain't gonna get into no politics and nothing on here, but it's election time. There's a lot of laws and things that are being put in place concerning real estate at the same time, and at the same time, we are dealing with a market that is either coming down, leveling out, depending on what state you're in, or straight up maybe crashing. So,
Yeah.
you definitely want to keep your eyes and ears open, and read up on these documents. Don't just let anybody tell you anything. Read these documents, read the laws, see what is coming into play. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be important for your growth. You have anything you need to add, Mr. Transaction Engineer, before we check up out of here?
Yeah, man. Things are changing, but like dude said, never too late to be great, man. You can start wholesaling now.
Yeah, it's
Is it
never too late to be
competition?
great.
It competition, yes, but he who markets the hardest wins, baby. He who markets the hardest wins. Um, oh, if you need help too, man, we're real estate coaches, so reach out to myself or Loopy, and we got you, man. But don't just jump out there if you don't know. A lot of people look at HGTV and think it's all gravy, and end up getting knocked across the head. They're like, "Oh Lord."
Hey, toe off the bone like a bone in ribeye.
Ooh. They've been marinated about 15 years.
Yeah, man. Get tore off the bone like a chicken leg meat. Hey man, you don't want to be one of them ones, man, that get tore off the bone like an oxtail. Hey man,
Oh, that sounds good right there.
I can come up with a hundred toe off the bone jokes, man, and I don't even eat meat no more. But boy, when I was cooking and throwing it down and everything falling off the bone. But do
Ooh,
not
I
get
love
toe
it.
off the bone. You know what I'm saying? That is a self-inflicted wound. So make sure you reach out. You know what I'm saying?
And one of the
Global
cars
Loop
supposed to
G on all platforms. Mr. Transaction Engineer on all platforms. And anything else, brother Eddie?
That's it, guys. Thank you for joining us. Join us next Friday. We here every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. EST. And last thing I gotta say, baby, it's never too late to be great.
Never
Never.
too late to be great,
Look in
man.
the description. Look in the description for any freebies. I got some freebies, contracts, and things down below. Book a call if you're looking to get started in real estate. Or if you already started but you're looking to go to the next level, book a call. And man, stay blessed. Have a great weekend. And if you're in that phone, hit
Hit
that
that
horn,
home.
baby.
Peace.
Peace.